Hey y'all, so I'm still sick. I'm watching the conference live. My son's supposed to be in bed. I'm exhausted. I'm about to take a PM Sudafed. So I'm about to do this. I'm supposed to go to church tomorrow. I gotta get the strength up to do this. I'm trying to do this video. Don't mind my hair. It's a mess. It's dry. It's like, it's a lot of things. Okay, so the first match, okay, to start out, I can't even get it together, okay? I'm going to talk about the women, but I gotta talk about all of this stuff while I'm in my right mind and I'll get rested. So I will give y'all the review tomorrow. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. Don't count these last 2 weeks against me. Last week my son was sick. This week I don't feel good. It took me a while to do the SmackDown review, and then I think I repeated a couple of things at least 4 times, so I just need to rest. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good morning. Let's try this again. I'm feeling better, or I'm feeling more rested. I'm still a little tired. I will say this. The matches that I was only looking forward to two. I knew that the men's match was going to live up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? Um, the men's match, wargames, is going to be what it is. And I was looking forward to Gunther and Miz because I wanted Gunther to lose. I've been wanting him to lose the last couple of pay-per-views. I ain't even going to hold you. And the women's match, I anticipate. I'm always here down for the girls. Also, they always exceed my expectations most of the time, when I anticipate their matches. Sometimes the matches be good, the crowd response sucks, so can't hold that against them. And then sometimes, honestly, it's like, the matches couldn't be as good as they wanted to be, because at the time, up until the last like 2 or 3 pay-per-views, it's been 6 matches. So creative and stuff, Triple H and them have gotten smart to do 5. That way everyone can get a good amount of time, because when you squeeze in that 6th one, someone's match always has to get cut short, and then the audience gets cheated, and we're like, this could have been on Raw or SmackDown. Like, y'all sliced this up. Sliced it. Okay, that's a DC slang term for hyped it up. And it wasn't what it lived up to. We're going to talk about that, because I feel like a match that was on there last night was what I said. Okay, hold on. So, yeah, I didn't even wash my face or nothing. Sorry, I'm still in the bed. So, the women come out. Now I'm trying to think about why they didn't have 5 on 5 this year. I've been trying to figure that out for the last couple weeks. But, like I've stated, I don't think it's that many women on the SmackDown roster. Like, what we saw were basically all the women on the SmackDown roster outside of Michin, who got attacked, Selena, and BFAB. Like, that's why they had to get, you know what I'm saying? Because they could have probably put, I don't know who else would be on Damage Control's side, though, to be honest. Maybe a Xia Li, and then had, like, Tegan Knox or somebody from on the other side, or Raquel's out, isn't she? Or something like that. It could have been, if they wanted to do 5 on 5, but that'd have been too much of a. So I understand the 4 on 4. it was cute that Damage Control came out all with the same, with the mask on from Asuka. What had me cracking up was Asuka was like, I'm living my best life, coming out here bopping to the Damage Control music. She was dancing all the way until they told her to get in the cage. Bailey wanted to show her dominance, I guess, and go first because she's the founder of the group. But she is a G, you hear me? She, in parts, is what it means to be a true leader. Not only does she lead by like example of going first, but she took the most hits that match. Like, the women came out fabulous. Like, Bianca came out cute. I was wondering if she made her gear like she always does. And what it represents, because she says each pay-per-view she tries to tie in that pay-per-view like with her gear, if that makes sense. Like when she did Fastlane, she had she looked like she had a NASCAR outfit. That is still my favorite pay-per-view outfit from her, with the matching jacket. I was wondering if her husband and like his kids and his mom and stuff, because he's from Chicago, was front row backstage watching her. And she had the 2 braids. She took her braids out. Didn't wear the wig today. Had 2 braids. I was like, that's cute. I was like, that's going to be a problem. Because if 2 different people get a hold of her hair, you know, it's going to be a problem. But it's cute. And then Shotzi came out with Shotzi. And I said this last year because, you know, to me, like Becky, Charlotte, Bianca, who else? Rhea are top of the card to me. Bailey, right now, because she's in Damage Control and loses 80% of her matches. She's in between mid and top because she is a Grand Slam champion, make her the top of the card. And she was a 4 horsewoman, but now, like the performance that they're having her do, she's not at she's like in the mid level. But I said last year that WWE need to hype up Emma, she's not here no more. Tegan Knox, Shotzi, and at the time Liv was kind of in between, but I put her at the top of the card too. But like Shotzi, Tegan Knox, Emma, it was somebody else I had mentioned. I can't remember. But it was like these women, if you give them the opportunity, they could show themselves to be top of the card. You know what I'm saying? And Triple H said in the press conference that he believes that Shotzi solidified herself as one of those, like a real superstar. I said that a year ago. I also was like, Shotzi is Shotzi, wild card, trying to figure out, and people thought I was laughing, like I was being funny, but I was for real. Like, if her hair's still up in this match, what gel and products does she use? Because y'all see my hair is curly, right? It's wavy and curly. When I lay my baby hairs down, because my hair is so curly, it doesn't stay. Her hair stayed up most of the match. I'm like, what the hell? And I know we got 2 different textures, but when you get a good gel, it don't matter really what texture hair you have, it'll stay regardless. I don't care if it's got to be spray with the gel that she used. I need to know what brand and stuff she used. So then, who else was with them? Becky came out. It's back. You know, I'm surprised, honestly. She didn't come out with the paint like she did last year on her face. I meant the makeup and then the spiky shoulders and stuff. She just came out regular outfit. Hair looks phenomenal. I don't know who did the high and low lights and the 2 different color oranges in her hair, but it looks great. I don't even know what her original hair color was, to be honest. I have to sneeze. And this Charlotte comes out. Not that. Charlotte comes out. Looks fabulous. Okay. She hair is laid, makeup is beat, face, eyelashes, outfit. I love the robe with the spiky things. Even her gear underneath was cute. I was like, okay, she wins best look for me. She wins best look of the night. And that's for the whole pay-per-view. Like, she had it. And what's so crazy is I didn't see Dakota Kai coming out with them, but she was on the sides. I was like, she either came out when they were showing, I don't know. I don't even know when she walked out there. But she appeared to be an asset in the match, even though they did not win. She was a real good asset in the match. Yeah, but they came out. It confused me for a while because I was like, when it was like, Team Bianca has the advantage. And I was like, how do they have the advantage? And they lost the match on Friday. And then somebody sent me a message and was like, they had a fan vote like before Survivor Series came on. And they voted for them to have the advantage. And I was like, then what was the point of the match on Friday? Was it just cause? Because I'm not understanding at all. So, who else? Who went out there? Yeah, like Becky. But let me tell you about the strength of Damage Control. Okay, so Becky went out first. Bailey. They went out, did their thing, whatever. They had some good odds. So they let Bailey fight as Bailey, you know. She didn't have to take no falls or anything right then, whatever. But it was when they added, who came after her? Shotzi came after her. It was kind of an advantage for Team Bianca, but not really. Every time they added a person, it was kind of an advantage, but not really. And I say that because Damage Control is such a unit that they could be outnumbered by one extra person, but it seemed like the odds were even. Like, after Bailey came out, who came out? Was it Kari or Io? One of them came out. And, no, it was Io, I think. Yeah, it was Io. And, it looked like it was even 3-on-3. And I was like, oh, when Bianca came out, she hit them with her braids. But then she got pulled by each braid. I'm like, that's why you don't get the 2 braids. It was cool. And then Dakota had hit somebody with a kendo stick. I think she hit Becky with a kendo stick. I was like, wait, when did she get on the side of the ring? That's what made me think about that. And then the fight, it was going down, of course. People complained that Becky pinned Bailey or whatever. I didn't mind. Like, I didn't mind it. What was crazy to me is Io did the trash can thing again this year. And people are like, oh my gosh, she's insane or whatever. I'm like, she did the same thing last year. She did the same thing. To me, it wasn't as exciting because she did the same thing. But it was still crazy. Like, 50 feet in the air? They say it's 15 feet above the ring. I don't even know how tall the ring is because you got to get steps up to the ring. So I'm like, bruh, there's no way. I said, that got to be pure adrenaline. And then my favorite part is when they were wiping each other out. Like somebody will come hit somebody from damage control, somebody will come hit somebody from Bianca's team, and somebody come hit somebody from damage control, and then and Charlotte and that moonsault from the top. She got one of the cleanest moonsaults in WWE, in my opinion. And I was so happy that her lashes didn't come off. Y'all know my hair's a mess now, but I went to cosmetology school. And I was like, Charlotte be beat for the guys, but when she fight and be intensely wrestling, the lashes come off. They didn't. She still looked great or whatever. It was cute when her and Becky hugged and stuff like that. And what else? Yeah, and then Shotzi did a swanton bomb on somebody. Charlotte speared, I think, was trying to spear Kiari. Becky moved her, Bailey moved her out the way. It's too many bees. And then, what else? Oh, Bianca hit Bailey with the KOD. Then they put her on the table. No, they gave her to Becky, and she manhandle sent her into the table. So when they show her do the digital content with Ruffles, and she had the thing taped across her, and then she got up and walked away, and the whole back basically had a pack of ice on it. I said, I know she hurting. Like, people are saying, oh, women in their 30s need to go out to pasture, have their kids, whatever. If we can do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, men and women, the wrestlers, we got to be mindful because when they're not in their 20s anymore. And back pain is back pain. Table, that's a real table. Like, those are real trash cans, real candlesticks. All of that. I'm trying to. Yeah, so that was the most anticipated match that I wanted to see last night. That was the best match in my opinion. The women always, last year they did their thing too. Like, last year their war games was better to me. The only reason why the men's topped it is because the bloodline, like, that night Sammy proved to himself to Jay. Like, but other than that, and their match was pretty good too last year, the men, but the women still had it. Then it was, whose match was it after that? Oh, it was Gunther and Miz's. And I was like, we need 2011 Miz. Please give us 2011 Miz. Miz did his best. He took a lot of pages out of Bret Hart thing. He took pages out of, who else he said he loved watching growing up, I forgot. Like, they was like, you can't say he's not a student of the game. He took pages out of certain people, books and stuff. And tried to do his best. Like, I wanted him to win so bad. And I was like, I would have never thought in 1,000 years that I'd be voting, like, I'd be cheering for Miz's character. And someone was like, boo, like, I think at one point in time they were cheering him or something like that. And, you know, Corey and Cole were talking and stuff like that. And it was like, what you mean? It was like, if Miz retires today, he's guaranteed to be in Hall of Fame. He's a 2-time Grand Slam champion. I was like, he went from real world to tough enough. Didn't win. Ended up on WWE roster. Had to prove himself because they're like, oh, you're a reality star. Came out here and became Grand Slam champion twice. Had the second most Intercontinental Championship titles outside of Jericho. He would have tied him for the most. I don't know why I thought somebody would won the IC title 11 times. I don't know why my brain thought that. But he put that IC title back on the map, which he did. What else? He was one of the first one of the first wrestlers outside of like Real World and Tough Enough, he was in that group when they had the reality shows for wrestlers. So he had Total Divas, right? His wife was on it a little bit. All the women were on there. Then they had a spinoff of Ms. and Mrs. with him and his wife, and then Total Bellas. Booker T and his wife had a reality show. Cody Rhodes and his wife had a reality show later on. But, then he had Miss TV on Raw. That was I feel like, for Miz, age has a play in it because he's in his 40s. But not just age. I feel like he probably doesn't wrestle as much as Gunther. And even though you've been doing something for a long time, if you haven't done it in a while, and this is with anything, sometimes it takes a while to get reacquainted with stuff. You know what I'm saying? For example, I used to be a manager at Taco Bell a while ago. And when you put the tortillas on a heater, you have to touch the heater. Touch the tortilla 5 seconds, put it on for 5 seconds because it's burning hot. It's at least 400 degrees. And when you first do it, the first couple months, your hands are red. Sometimes they get blisters. But when you work there for so long, you're used to the pain. It doesn't even phase you. You just be... And the new employees be like, it don't hurt? No, it don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? You're used... your brain gets used to, okay, we got to do this regardless. It's not going to hurt. Your skin gets used to it. So I feel like when you wrestle more, your brain is like, okay, this is a normal thing for us. Your skin is like, okay, we got to toughen up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fight, and then you have to fight the aging process. We're aging every day. But it's harder for someone that doesn't do it as much versus someone that does it more. And I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Gunther ended up winning. And then, which I was disappointed. And then it was Rhea versus Zoey. And you know what I also noticed? Everybody had cornrows that night. What was with the cornrow situation? Rhea had cornrows inside of her thing. Zoey had cornrows. Who else had cornrows? JD McDonough had cornrows. Priest had one in the middle. Santos had them, but Santos always have them, so that's not surprising. You know what I'm saying? People that always have them, it's not a huge thing. But why y'all give JD cornrows? I don't. Rhea wore when she had the mohawk, I think, last time, but she hasn't worn the mohawk in a while. Zoey does the little bobby pin things on the side. I don't know if I've seen her with cornrows. Santos had 5 cornrows in the front of his hair. Normally he used to have 2 braids. And then, did anybody from the men's? No. Nobody from the men's had cornrows, thankfully. From Cody Rhodes and them, they had it. So then, Rhea and them came out. Her face reminded me of Joker. I don't know what character it is. It could be some other character. I don't watch scary movies at all. So, outside of, the common stuff, old school stuff, Leprechaun, Freddy, Mike, Jason, Fred, I don't know, Chucky, I don't know if they have new ones. I don't know. But it was the smeared lipstick that gave me Joker. So, she came out. I think WWE asked today who had the best entrance. I would say Rhea. Rhea had the best entrance. And I think she had white chaps with white shoes, which threw me off. I'm like, because only she wears all black. or black and purple. The only other time she's wore white, was it white? Well, I think it was the homage to China, or I could be wrong. But I haven't seen her wear white in a while. I would say, and then Zoe came out with the face paint, and I was like, I wonder what tribe that's from. And someone was like, it's face paint. I was like, I know. I'm just inquisitive like that. Like, I know tribes in South Africa and Africa wear it when they go hunting or go to war. It's So, I don't know why I thought she was from New Zealand originally. Like, I think it's her features, her facial features reminds me of people I know that's lived there, from there. But the match at first I think was going okay. Honestly. And then she got smacked me like, come on. I was like, I don't remember. And I remember Triple H at the conference saying that she solidified herself as a main roster star with that match because Rhea has become such a star in the past year and a half. And with Gunther and Biz, he said that Gunther is a beast. And like, he thought he was going to just win it immediately, basically. I could be paraphrasing. Like, not he thought he was going to win it. Not that's what he said, but like, Miz is a sleeper. That's what they're saying. Like, he can give you showman, he can give you athlete, he can give you correspondent. Like, he can give you whatever you need him to give. So, and he gave what he was supposed to give in that match. Rhea ended up winning. I thought if the match ended up going too long, it was going to be like someone was going to come out for the Judgment Day, because Rhea's like Roman, the female version. She only does her title matches on pay-per-views because there's so much storyline that's been happening on Raw outside of, like, I think maybe the IC title and the tag team titles. Like, the women's tag team titles don't get defended. Hers doesn't get defended. Seth gets defended sometimes. So, of course, the men's titles are dominated. And I don't understand why sometimes, because I'm like, I have a whole extra hour outside of SmackDown only has 2, you have 3. Like, and I know every show shouldn't be about all of them defending their titles, but I feel like with Raw and SmackDown, at least one title should be defended every week. Every week. Like, it doesn't have to be all of them at the same time. Like, maybe like all of them be matches, and then next week is the tag team titles for the women, and then the rest of it be next week is like the following week is like promos and stuff, and it's somebody defends the defense's IC title. Like, have it so it's defended, or 2 of them defended every week. Like, and I feel like because sports entertainment has become more so entertainment in a sense of storylines and stuff, as in the last couple months, it takes longer for them to defend their titles, which makes it easier for some of these superstars to hold title reigns for as long, because they're not defending them. Like, the only people that have like said they want to defend their title, their fighting champions, are the husband and wife, Becky and Seth, when she was NXT champion and he's world champion. Is that my skin dry? And then Roman only comes with certain pay-per-views. Like there was no bloodline thing today, which I kind of yesterday, which I kind of was glad about. I'm glad that the rest of the roster now has a solid situation where they could hold their own. But honestly, this pay-per-view was mainly about, let me think, outside of the two matches we got, and one of them could have been on SmackDown, in my opinion. The other three were Raw. Just like I think with Fastlane, most of those were SmackDown. So in my mind, this pay-per-view is mainly about the Raw characters, which I don't mind it. I'm glad that the other storylines can carry well enough that we don't have to have bloodline stuff for every pay-per-view like we did last year. Like, it was cool, but after a while it gets redundant. And then you're like, okay, we want to see something else. So Rhea is still the champion. I don't know who's going to dethrone her or when they get the chance. Honestly, I was going to say I could see Liv doing that. I could see her doing that. If she can take down, even if it was a Money to Bank situation, Ronda last year to make herself a rising star like that. And Liv is like Shotzi, she's a wild card. You never know what you're going to get. I feel like she can get that from Rhea. And I feel like if them two were to have a pay-per-view match, it'll be as good as Charlotte versus Rhea. Because that is, to me, Rhea's best match, hands down. Like, she had to step her game up. They gave what was supposed to give WrestleMania. Nothing has topped that for her. Not for me, anyway. Then after that, it was Santos and Dragon Lee. And I could have sworn that they fought before on SmackDown, or maybe I was bugging. But that match was okay. And I've tweeted, I was like, honestly, I'm not looking forward to this match. Not in the sense of, I don't think that they need to be there, because I advocate for Santos all the time. I'm like, it's about time for him to start winning stuff, winning something. He's proving himself in the ring. It's not that. It's that the momentum for it was such last minute. I feel like it wasn't going to last that long. That you probably could have just kept that match on a Friday night on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, hopefully it's a great match. It lives up to the hype. The crowd is excited. And, yeah. So, in my mind going in, Santos was winning that match. And throughout the match, he even tried to take off of Dragon Lee's mask, which I thought was funny. But during the match, Dragon held up his own for a little bit. But it wasn't a doubt in my mind that Santos was losing that match, which he did. So, and then we had the men's situation. So, it was Judgment Day and Drew versus Cody. Let's say Cody and company. I would say Cody and friends, but him and Seth, they just got along for one night. Seth was ready too. So of course, first Cody comes out. Shout out to Miss Sandy. His jacket looked great. I didn't even notice the detail of the camouflage in his pants until he got in the ring and they showed a close up of him. And then Jay comes out, of course. My son does this. As soon as he knows he's coming out and he does it hard, I'm like, your arms are gonna be tired. He ain't even come out yet. And he does it the whole time, all the way till he walks to the ring, all the way till he gets the fans to wave. And then Sammy comes out before Jay, right? No, Sammy comes out after. Then they sing a song, and then I was thrown by the gray shirt he had on, because I was like, what? I was like, he must be in the process of maybe getting a new shirt made, or he's just like, this is comfortable, it's coming off eventually, I'm wearing this. And then, of course, I'm trying to think, Seth comes out with his jacket, and I was like, what does he have on? I say that every week. But I was like, I love him. Also, speaking of the women's, they all climbed the top of that cage at the end and like dapped each other up and smiled and stuff. And I was like, it's no way. Like, see, this is the thing I was talking about, heights. Because now the match is over and adrenaline is gone. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I would climb that is because the rest of them climbed that. There's no way in hell I would have climbed that cage. Okay? And then, I was excited too. But before we talk about the interests of the other half of the Men and War Games, so they showed, first of all, New Day is a fool. Okay, they showed him coming in a Slim Jim truck. The truck, I follow Woods on X or Twitter, whatever it's called. The inside looked nice. But I'm like, my son knew immediately who they were as soon as they started blowing that horn. Dude. He got up for them too. I'm like, then I was a little irritated that they had Alpha Academy present WWE shop items and talking about go and shop WWE shop. And like I said yesterday, like, Alpha Academy has become such a thing now. My son was been rocking with them since he started watching. Okay. But they becoming such a thing because they're on here in NXT, and then they have Maxine and Akira with them. That red shush shirt, they don't even have that. They don't have no youth shirts. Like, I went on WWE shop. Yesterday was Saturday, Friday. I don't know when they come back in stock. So I wanted to get, my son loves the bloodline. He really loves Jey Uso. I was going to get him that shirt. I wanted to get him Alpha Academy shirt because he loves the Alpha Academy and he loves the New Day. Like, them three, he rock with hard. Like, he would have liked, and then after that comes like Street Profits and I don't know who else, and like Seth and stuff like that. But he rocked with them three hard. And I found New Day, and I found Jay shirt. Could not find a youth Alpha Academy shirt. I went on there yesterday, still didn't have none up. So I'm gonna try again next week. But hopefully they have some up. Also, Jimmy, please come out with a no yeet shirt, because I will buy that. Okay? That thing is hilarious. You hear me? Come out with that shirt. I bet you it'll sell out. And it'll be an inside joke for all wrestlers, all wrestling fans, because if you don't watch it, or if you don't see haven't seen the clips on social media, you wouldn't get it. But I wanted to come out with that shirt. Then my man's R-Truth is back, because I was like, when is he coming back? That was my favorite part of that was my favorite comeback. I love R-Truth. I think he is hilarious. I've been a fan of his since he was K-Quick. He had the plaits in his head and all of that. I'm like, he has, I'm a fan. So he came out with a Ruffle segment with Alpha Academy and Pretty Deadly and stuff. And then the Akira Shuffle had me crying, laughing. Like, what is wrong with them? But he brings the comedy. He brings, like, the coolness of it. Like, And I think he's been out for a year. I can't remember what he broke. He had to get surgery on. I forgot. I can't remember. I know the last time I saw him was October of last year when he came to Charlotte. Was he on SmackDown in March? No, I don't think so. I think they said he hurt himself at a house show. Just like Sheamus hurt himself at a house show. And somebody else hurt themselves at a house show. I think Braun did this past year. I feel like, I don't know. Some of these celebrities, I think, get hurt more at their house shows than they do on TV. I don't know. But then, yeah, so I was like, come out with more shirts off Academy. Like that red shirt that Bailey wear at the UpUpDownDown show. The School's Out one, the red one. I want that. I want that shirt. Like, the pink one is cool. I want the red one. You know what I'm saying? I want the red shirt. Like my son and I was talking about Alpha Academy last night. So he didn't ask for it for Christmas, but I want to get it to him for Christmas. And because more than likely we're probably going to the SmackDown show February in Charlotte. So, or we're going to Royal Rumble in Tampa, since my mama lived there in Florida. I don't know, but we're gonna be at one of those shows, and we need more shirts because the only thing he has is the Island of Relevancy shirt, and it's like the shirt with, I think it's a shirt with Roman, the Usos. I think it's Sammy. I think Sammy's on that one. Not sure, but I want to get more shirts for him. And he has the 2 toy belts and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So then, Judgment Day comes out. JD threw me off with the braids. His I like that they came unison with the bandanas on. Finn's bandana was tied up too high because his was covering his eyes. JD's vest looked a little too big on him. And then love Damien's vest. It was different. Love the hair. I know how I feel about normally this Senegalese twist, but whoever did it this time, they got it right. Like, cause normally I think he has a bun, and then that Senegalese in the back. Somebody this time was smart enough to give him one cornrow in the middle, and then add Senegalese to it at the end, and it looks fuller, and it looks more together. Like, and then his bandana, he looked like, yeah, he looked great. And I saw a picture on social media by DTF Mania of him in a cage. Great picture of him. Oh, and then Jay's pants had also the blue palm trees. He had camouflage pants. I said, okay, war games camouflage, just like Cody is camouflage. And then love Finn's pants, the black and white. I wanted to find me something like that. Find something for me and my son. I could wear those out with a cute shirt and some Jordans or something. And then Dom gets cuter as he gets older. And myself was like, he looked like he was made to wear the bandana. Not in the sense of that, but like in the sense of like, he looks like it's given like motorcycle rider. That makes sense. Like, you know how some of the motorcycle riders wear that over there, or the people that ride like the ATVs, they wear so they don't get dust on their face and their eyes. They're natural at it. That's what Dom looks like. Like the look fit him, the look fit Damien. The other two kind of out of sorts. And then it's crazy how Damien and Drew are about the same height, but Drew looks so much more intimidating because he's nothing but muscle. Like, and I've seen him up close in person. Like he is like it's just crazy. So, I feel like in my mind, and I've said this like the other day, that whoever has a disadvantage in a match has a better chance of winning the match. And I say that because, yeah, the first person might get beat up a little bit. Oh, and Bailey was trying to escape the ring, I think before the girls came out and they poured her down. She foresaw herself getting hurt, but they really would have been pissed at her then. But when I said I felt like they was going to turn on her tonight, in a way they kind of did, because I feel like they let her take the ending beating of it all. And nobody came to help. Also, I didn't know Asuka had 2 miss. So she got Shotzi the first time and then tried to get Bianca the second time. Bianca got her with the fire extinguisher. I wonder how long it took that to get that out of her face and eyes. Because Shotzi ended up doing a swanton bomb at the end. I'm trying to figure out how she must have got most of it close to her eyes, because I'm trying to figure out how she could see through that. I know it stings and burns because I think at Fastlane, Asuka hit Bianca with it, and Bianca gave somebody the KOD, and her eyes are still closed. Charlotte has gotten hit with it before. Like, I think every female in that ring has gotten or about to get has gotten hit with the miss. Bailey's got hit with the miss. I don't know about Kiara. I think Eos came close to getting hit with it. So I'm just remembering stuff from the match. So Finn comes out first. Him and Seth. Of course, Seth is going, he's a fighter like his wife. And I'm like, Lord, please don't let neither one of them be that beat up, because they both got to go home to a baby girl. Kids don't care. Kids, especially when they're little, they don't know what you do. They just know you got to go home. They just know you got to go to work or you be gone. Then you come back. And then when you come back, if you're up around a regular time, they're up. They want to play. You're going to be beat up. Like, you can't, like what Kobe say. Kobe say, I could be beat down from playing a basketball game 3 days in a row. When I come home, my kids don't care about that. He be like, I have to turn on daddy mode. They want to play. Like, I have to spend time with my girls. I can't be like, no, I don't want to play with you because I came from work. Like that's not fair to them. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, please don't let him get beat up like that. And then, I had a disadvantage. Because after that, after he went in, JD went in. And then, hold on, it was 5 of them. Seth, Finn, JD. Yeah, JD went in. And Jay went in. And Drew saw him and wanted to go in next. And Damien was like, we're sticking to the plan. And Drew was like, the plan changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it changed. He was like, no, like, we know you want Jay. You still gotta wait. Like, this is the order we decided to go in. We didn't have an audible, like, okay, we're gonna go in this order, but if Jay go in this, you can go after. Like, they should have done. Then it was 4 against 5 for a while when everybody came out. And I was like, I think immediately as Sammy came out, he done hit the blue thunder bomb on JD. Poor boy was rethinking his life about joining Judgment Day after that War Games match. I know he was so excited to join and lost. But my eyes, like, it's the same eye that's been irritating me all weekend. But so I was like, it's 4 against 5. So I was like, if he don't come, Randy don't come, is the bell never gonna ring? Because the bell has to ring. It's 5:05. And Seth was like, I thought you said he was coming. When he was like, I was coming. Then someone handed Seth the rope. So I was like, who the hell was on the outside handing Seth the rope? Like, we don't know nobody from the side of the ring. Like, can timekeepers and announce people can help with the matches? Because how the hell Seth get that rope with that cowbell on it? I met Cody, and Seth was having a flashback because he was holding the rope like, nah. And he was like, no, you told me you gonna give me one night. Seth was like, all right, one night. But I was like, who handed in the rope? And I love that the announcers announce the right people. Like, all of them are good at what they do. Okay? Not gonna negate that. I've said this multiple times. But it's certain people that I favor. Like, I want to say certain stuff that can only say it like they say it. Like, for me, I was glad that Samantha announced Imperium. I feel like she's the only one that could do Bloodline because she does Roman Reigns justice. She does Imperium justice. She does Chelsea Green justice. But when it comes to Edge, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes, Mike got that. Mike has that. And when he did the men's war game announcement, I was like, yes, the American. It's the grunt, the way he said it. And a close second that says his name good to me is Alicia Taylor. But like, because I be like, y'all have both people there. Like, come on, switch it out. Switch it out. Like, and I even tweeted him, like, you got Cody Rhodes' name down. You hear me? Like, no, it does not sound as good as to me in my mind when anybody else says it. Like, it's good. And I honestly, I didn't know Braxton, I didn't know he did the announcements, like the house shows, until I watched Crown Jewel. I was like, it sounded like he Saxton, that he says that he does this on a regular. He went from being a wrestler on FCW to an announcer to a reporter, I think a correspondent, a reporter, to superstar announcer. Like, I think he's had every job just about except for guest ref. So yeah, he's like, okay, we gonna do this, whatever. So then Randy comes out. The crowd goes crazy. It wasn't even the fact that he came out like that. It was the fact that he came out and looked phenomenal. I said, oh my God, it's like he didn't miss a day. You hear me? The way his body looked. And I thought it was just me. And I saw people like, there's a name JD from NY. He was like, Randy is effing jacked. And other people was like, he looks so good. I was like, okay. Like, he looked like, all right, I can't wrestle, but I'm not going to slack and let this tempo of mine, you know what I'm saying? And I know the men sometimes be oiled up and stuff like that. That enhances it. but that's not going to enhance it but so much. He looked great. He got into the camera. He came in. What I like that he did. They was like, Vince, my son. Vince, you know all the names. He could be, honestly, he could be up there with Cole and him. Commentate, because he's like, vintage Randy. And I'm like, how do you know that? And then of course they announced that they had the Hell in Cell here in Chicago with Seth and Cody, which will also go down in history as one of the greatest matches. And then they had the introduction of Shield. What was he? They said 11 years ago. And then at Survivor Series. And I didn't know that this was Cody's father's thing. Like, I didn't know this was one of the things he created. And I also didn't know that it was older than me. Like, he said it's been going on for 37 years. His second oldest after WrestleMania. So now I'm like, so how long has SummerSlam been going on? Because, they say the most attendance is, of course, WrestleMania. And then after that, when it comes to wrestling stuff, is SummerSlam. So I'm like, Survivor Series is a year older than me. Like, okay. So, it was just interesting because I learned something new every day. Like I said, I haven't watched, outside of this past 16 months, I haven't watched wrestling since, I can't even tell you. I last faithfully stopped watching, I think, in 08. Was it 08? No. It was when, I don't even know what year it was. I last faithfully stopped watching. I think Miz was such a thing. He was Intercontinental Champion. It might have been 2011. At the time, Dolph had Vicky as a manager. I think he was Mr. Money in the Bank. Kofi still had a Jamaican accent. I used to love, like, I love Kofi now, but like, you couldn't tell me that, like, Kofi was it for me. And then as far as modern day wrestling, he still is, but and then it's been a while. And then so like all the in-betweens, I didn't know about the Shield. I didn't know about the 4 Horsewomen. I didn't know about some of the other women. Like, I knew faces, but I didn't know names. Like, I knew about Natalya being a tag team champion, and I used to like her. I liked her, and saw her and Beth. Like, I knew who Beth was, but I didn't know who Natalya was. I just remember she had a streak of pink hair. I knew who the Bellas were because I hated them at the time. And I was like, they played heel really well. Because when I binge watched Total Divas last year, I finished all 6 seasons, and then I watched the first 4 seasons of Bellas. I was like, they could be actors because they play heel so well, it makes you hate them. Like them, Naya. That's why I was like, for people that take this stuff too seriously, please watch Total Divas on Hulu. Total Bellas on Hulu. If you haven't, Miz on Hulu. I'm on season 2 of that. Like, I have to finish that in Total Divas. And then Montez and Bianca's coming out with a reality show I can't wait to watch in February. But like, please go watch that. It gives you the human and real side of them. Because some of y'all take this too serious. Like, y'all be too into it. Like, putting comments under people's stuff. I hate you, yada, 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 yada. Like, as I said, so you have to learn to separate the person from the character. Like, Miz is a cool dude. Michael's a cool dude. Miz is a jerk. Also, what helped me with that is, or help people with that, is UpUpDown channel. And I know it's people that subscribe, and I sometimes like scroll through the comments when I'm bored. So people like, I don't even watch wrestling, but because they're gamers, they'll watch UpUpDownDown. And they'll be like, okay. But like shows like that, when they're playing the games each other, like they play Tekken and they record it it shows like personality of the people more in depth, if that makes sense. Like with Kyrian, we just knew he was attacking people and stuff like that. Like that's his character. We didn't know nothing else. It's kind of one dimensional. We don't know nothing else. But like on UpUpDownDown, like cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives them more than one side. You can see more than one side. So if you're into that, if you like behind the scenes stuff, which I love always behind the scenes stuff. That's why I miss DVDs, because after the movie I will go watch like the deleted scenes, the bonus scenes. If I'm bored, I will watch the commentaries or like how to make stuff. Like I've always been inquisitive like that. So, and I think that's why I love production so much. Because I like the behind the scenes work that goes into making something grand. Like something as small as not playing music. And you might think something like someone didn't hit the button. And they be like, oh, it's just a small job. But it plays such a huge effect on the day. You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff like that. Like I don't have to be seen. You know what I'm saying? People don't have to know that you know me. We work together and I do my job. I go home. But I'm part of something that people love. And that's what I love. That's that's one of the reasons why I like doing it at church, because I'm not doing today because I don't feel well, but I do production and media at church, and I like it because my job seems so small. I just put the words and the lyrics on the screen, and for the not only for the choir but the audience at the same time. So I have to do the choir's ones before the praise and worship people before I do the audience, because the praise and worship people have to know what's coming on next. The audience is 10 seconds later. They don't have to know right away. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a song and there's a little bridge interlude when the piano and the band is playing, I put the words up for the praise and worship team. Then they start singing, then so they can see the next stanza. Then I put up the words for the audience. But something small as that, if someone on the team doesn't know the words, they're gonna be sitting there looking, or they're gonna be not singing or singing the wrong stuff, and then the audience can't participate. Stuff like that I like, and that's why I be like, come on, production, okay? Like I'm here for the production. But yeah. So for one night, so Randy came out looking jacked. Okay, he did the vintage, and then first of all, Dominic, you are a real one, but you're also a little crazy. Why would you be the first one to go to Randy Orton to get polarized? Like, I'm like, he got to be out of his mind. Didn't JD try to do it to help him? When I tell you he flipped like this, I said, yeah, he ain't coming to getting up. Then homeboy started losing his mind. Voice in his head. His first thing was Jay. And I think Jay had been like, nah, we on the wrong, like we on the same thing. And he pointed at him and said something. And then you could hear Jay say, I'm sorry. Like, him apologize to him, which is crazy because when Drew had Jay, Drew was like, apologize for what you did or something like that. And I think Cole and Corey was like, he wants him to apologize. He was like, he's never given him a chance to. Like every time you come, Jay's around, you want to attack. Like you never, if he wanted to come up to you and say he's sorry, your first instinct is to, all right, I'm about to get this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give him at least 2 minutes. If he don't say nothing within that 2 minute time frame of apologizing, he was wrong, stuff like that, then you can be enemies. But every time he come around you, you be ready to So all of them got the vintage Randy. I forgot who got RKO from the top of the cage. And you know what's crazy? I'm like, how, where that wand thing come from Damien head? And how, like, unassembled is that cage for Sammy to have a pipe? Was it Sammy to get a pipe? He was over there in that corner for a second though. But like, how easy was it to assemble that cage for him to get a pipe from the cage and beat the hell out of all of y'all with it? Like, and then who was it? Oh yeah, Shotzi. I was thinking that mixing matches. I'm like, Shotzi brought out all the chairs, but I honestly think she might have took all the chairs because Jay had to find one on the side when he came in. Did the men have a table? I can't remember if Sammy brought a table in. I don't think so. And then they got pinned, right? So they showed Drew McIntyre walking off. I heard he walked off before the big reveal, but people were saying it's because of CM Punk. But from the press conference, Triple H was like, only him and Khan knew that he was coming. He was like, there was speculation. And then he said, then when the speculation died down, we ended up cutting the deal. Like, we literally cut the deal like this week. So nobody knew. He said we kept it airtight. Nobody knew. So everyone's sitting, chilling, whatever. But it threw me because I'm like, they starts at 8 and only ends at 11. This match is over. It's 10:45. Something else is about to happen. I did not know what. And honestly, I thought it was going to be on some like Randy turn and RKO the hell out of Jay. Because like I said, with that team, it's layers. Like, Cody and Randy has had it. You know, their stuff. And then Seth and Cody. And then Jay and his brother had caused, and the bloodline had caused Riddle and Randy the unified tag team, but Randy's was now ever since. You know? So it's like, speaking of Riddle, I was like, honestly, if he wouldn't have got fired, I feel like he would have been part of War Games with Cody and Sammy. That would have been layers too, because it would have been Riddle and Seth's fault. Then it would have been Riddle and Jay, so that would have been. But that would have been interesting too. I honestly would have wanted to see that as well. Like if Riddle was still there, because he is the submission. Like not the submission. He is the counter musician. Like he can counter almost anything. And if I was training to wrestle, that would be one of the people I would want to learn from, just based off of that. Just because I know with every move he can counter. Like I would want that in my arsenal. But he was like, y'all think y'all have problems with me? Y'all just signed, Phil, but and start laughing. But he came out, and I was literally like this. The only reason why I closed my eyes because I had to swallow spit. I was like, and I tweeted that, and I was like, I can't believe he's actually, because when I came, so I was like, did WWE sign him? Is he just visiting? Because we know in the past, because he's from Chicago, he's come to Impact wrestling events. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's Trinity had a picture with him, or no, when she debuted, it was like Tamina, Sasha, Tamina, Mercedes, him were there at the debut, and I think Callisto. They were all there to debut, but they was like every time a wrestling show comes into town, it was like CM Punk might be a jerk, but he goes and supports other wrestlers. I don't know. And I kind of feel like if Dolph was still there, like Miz had his time to, like Miz did good with Gunther, but I feel like if it was like a triple threat match with him, Miz and Gunther, like a real one, where they really get to, then it'd been a good match. Like I miss having him on there. I miss Mustafa on there because Miss was from Chicago. He would have had a match or something like. And then Triple H was talking about if we know the audience wants this person, and basically they're a free agent because somebody asked about signing some female from Japan, and he was like, if we know the audience wants it, and it'll be a good investment because people will talk about it regardless, like with CM Punk, and we'll try to get them. He was like, whether it's somebody we built up from college or for another. And I said, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Give people opportunities. I'm all for the opportunities. What I'm not for is you signing these people and they get a head start on like main roster or something, but you have very much so many talented people in the back that we haven't seen on TV or something in a year or two, and don't use them or they get let go. But the reason why they're let go is because you don't put them on TV. Like, it makes sense. And I also think that he did a good job of keeping the pay-per-views to 5 matches. Like 5 matches is the key. 6 was too much. Unless you're going to extend it to 4 hours or 3.5 hours, keep it 5 matches. That gives each person at least 20 to 40 minutes to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? You get your little promos in between. And all of that. Like, keep it at 5. Make sure they're exciting though. Like that 5-way match with the women, or that Royal Rumble match. Honestly, that tag team match, qualifier match for Raw, that could have been a match over either the Dragon Lee Santos or the Rhea Zoey one. That one to me was more interesting, and that's just my opinion. But like, the women have been doing it. You hear me? The Raw women, like I said last year, carried the show. Because when the storylines got stale with the men, the women's was still, and it was very much so Damage Control and Becky and Bianca. But even with the rosters changed now, and Bianca being on SmackDown, but with like Nia being there and Raquel and Rhea and all them, it's still, the women are still holding it down over there. And then with SmackDown, it was very much so Shayna and Ronda, but Shayna's AEW now, so Ronda's at AEW now, from what I was told. So I haven't seen AEW in like 2 months. I haven't seen it since, has it been 2 months? Since Adam Copeland or Edge, whatever you want to call him, premiered there. And I very much wanted to see Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe, but I didn't watch that. Because now that I got sucked into watching NXT, I'm like, I want to, but I can't do 4 days of wrestling. Like, it's too much. It's too much for me. Not in the sense that I'm not a fan, but it's like, sometimes, I just want to watch like other shows. Like my sister called me, like, we watch Housewives together, and she's like, you watched it? Girl, I ain't watched that in 4 weeks. Like, I be so caught up. And then I watch this with my son, so we can have something to talk about. Like, I haven't watched a game of NBA all season, preseason. I think I've only watched 1 NFL football game. Like, I got a book. I'm halfway through. I haven't finished. So I'm like, I can't add another day. If I do, then I will be losing sleep. It's one or the other. So I'm going to just stick to my maybe 2.5 days. Because some days I watch NXT. Well, lately I've been watching it. But then the days I don't watch it, I'll just watch the top 10 highlights on YouTube so I can get a gist of what's going on. But, you know, SmackDown I watch live. Raw I have to watch the day after because I don't have cable anymore. So I watch it on Hulu to get a gist of what's going on. So I didn't come to this pay-per-view lost. Like, okay. Like, because if I didn't watch Raw, I would have been at this pay-per-view like, so when did Seth and Cody become mutual? Like, have an understanding. Like, I'd have been lost. So, which is kind of good now that we have streaming apps like Peacock, because before, when you used to have to order it on pay-per-view for $25, and if you wanted to rewatch it, you had to record it on a VCR. When I was little, like I think I have the first TLC match ever recorded. I don't even know what happened to that tape. But like stuff like that, when that happens, then if you miss it, and then you go to school, some of your friends will watch it. Some of them, their parents told them no, like you, or whatever. And then you go back to watching SmackDown, which used to be on Thursdays, or Raw. And you're sitting there like, wait, what? Like, what happened? Like, it takes maybe a day or something to get back into it because you missed some of the stuff that happened at the pay-per-view. It's like watching a soap opera, kind of. Like, the story's kind of the same. Like, you know the gist of what's going on when you come back to soap opera. It might take you a couple weeks to get into the zhuzh after some years, but you get it. Kind of like that. So, I know some other stuff I'm missing that I want to say that I don't remember. And I probably won't remember until this video loads. And I'm trying to think, but I think that's everything. I touched on the looks. I touched on the matches. I touched on a return. Oh, that video that's going viral of Seth giving him the finger, and then I looked at another video from WWE where he's smiling and waving, CM Punk smiling and waving. I was like, and Rhea sitting on the side, bless you, just chilling. And then you look in the background, you see like Randy and Jay talking, and the people in the ring talking and stuff like that. So people like myself are trying to figure out if it's K-pop or if it's real. Honestly, I can't tell the difference. I honestly think it might be real. Just a simple fact that Cole and Corey had to hold him back. But we'll know for sure in the next coming weeks. Now for me, it's an assumption that Randy's going to be on Raw because he came out to this wargames and all the men on there are on Raw. And I would assume that to stir the pot for business, CM Punk will be on Raw as well. But if you want to lighten the load, he might be on SmackDown. But then they said that could stir the pot too, because they was like, not only Seth don't like him, somebody else said AJ Styles and Roman doesn't like him. But Roman don't be on there like that. I don't know where my man's AJ's at. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen Sheamus, trying to figure out where he at too in a while. But when they come back, I know they probably watch the pay-per-view. They're probably like, nah, I gotta come to work with this guy. Like, K-pop thing, I don't know. Only time will tell. I'm not trying to read the articles anymore, like I said. I'm not trying to read other people's comments unless they reply to my tweets. Only certain people's comments, because it'll help me. Like, the smile I had, it will take it away. Like, okay. Yeah, like Charlotte and Becky giving the Jay and Sammy moment. That was cute. Them doing a conference. Charlotte looked great in a one piece. Like her outfit was everything. See, I'm more Becky. Becky had her eyebrows stitched up, and she came out with a sweatsuit on. I said, that's me. If I came out in a tight wrestling gear, one size leotard and stuff, I'm not trying to be cute when I'm about to be traveling 4 hours or how many ever hours or whatever. Because some of them still got to go wrestle today. I think in Ohio, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere over there in the Midwest, because they don't travel more than I think than 4 hours. So somewhere over there. I'm not trying to be in no car and no one piece on. Like, if I'm not driving, I'll be in sweatpants and a shirt, and I'm gonna have on some. I don't even own Crocs, but if I had Crocs, I would have some on because I would take my shoes off and sit my feet up on a dash and probably be asleep. No, I wouldn't be asleep because I'm not the type to fall asleep during trips. I've been like that traveling because growing up, I was a family of six. I was the oldest, so my mom would drive most of the way because my dad always falls asleep. Always falls asleep. He falls asleep like an hour and a half in, so he'll fall asleep in the front seat. So we had the van with the bucket seats in the middle. So after we stop and get gas, my dad would go sit in the middle seat, fall asleep, because he know he fall asleep. I would sit up front with my mom or sit behind my dad. All my siblings would fall asleep. I would stay up and keep her company. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets lonely just being by yourself traveling. And then when everyone else woke up, when we were like 45 minutes away from the destination, I'll be like, okay, that's the okay for me to fall asleep. Even now I do that. And now that I'm the main driver, my son in the backseat with his devices. I would talk to my sister majority of the time on the way there. But like the last hour and stuff, I just want silence. Like I don't know. But I would be comfortable in the front seat talking or something like that. And then I'm not trying to be cute, but she was cute. Makeup, everything, cute. Them two, you know. And then it was weird because Triple H started the conference, which he normally ends the conference. And then Cody ended the conference when he came over with the glasses on and pretended to be Triple H. That was cute and funny. I was like, I don't know, nothing's going to top that one in Fastlane with him and Jay. Like, nothing tops that. That was cute. And he got asked his questions and then they left. It was, the press conference, I think, was shorter than I anticipated. Or maybe it was the same amount of time. I don't know. By then, I was so out of it and so tired. I had took a Sudafed that I don't, like, I don't. But, yeah, so we'll see what happens on Monday. Well, I'll see on Tuesday. And NXT, I have to watch NXT on Wednesday. That's for USA 2. I wish USA had a subscription channel. Like, you just get an app and pay like $5 a month like CBS. Excuse me. Because I would do that. Because I would do that just to watch wrestling. Because honestly, I had Sling for a little bit. But then I was like, I don't watch none of the rest of these shows. Like, TBS and TBN. TNT was good for AEW. USA was good for Raw. But like the rest of these other shows that come on, I could get on. I have Peacock. I have Showtime. I have HBO Max. I have Netflix, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Mind you, I don't pay for all of them. I have them. Like HBO Max, it shows how it's bundled in with my phone. And then Hulu's bundled in because I have Spotify. And then Disney Plus I paid for the last 2 years. So this year my sister's paying for it. And then Netflix I paid for the last 5 years. So this year my father's, not my father's, I'm still tired. My son's dad pays for it. And then, what else do I say I have? Showtime, Max, HBO, Hulu. So it's like, oh, and Peacock I pay for. So it was like, it's no point in me getting cable. But if USA ever comes out with a $5 subscription every month type situation on the app, I'm definitely down it. Because I don't need them other channels. I have too much streaming services and I'm bored watch TV anyway. But yeah, the shows were great. Waiting for Raw and SmackDown because the next 2 weeks after everything happens on pay-per-view is when we get the juicy parts. Hopefully the storylines aren't lackluster like last year. Like last year, it kind of dragged from October to like the end of December. And then it picked back up because we were having Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber soon. But this year, the writers have done a better job of trying to keep everything together. Like, it's better writing this year. Production is great this year. The superstars have improved on their wrestling and working together to make sure that the storyline has gone out like to fulfill. So this year compared to last year has been good. I will say that from last May till now. Yeah, has been better. But yeah, that's all. I need to blow my nose and stuff. So I will see you all on Friday. Yeah, when I make another video. And love you all. Bye.